everybody, and welcome back to Blue Jays Today. Coming to you from the Sports Interaction Studio, where we always got something to say about the Toronto Blue Jays. I am your host, Adam Peddle.
And I'm your host, Nicholas Playalog. And everyone, we are one win away. That is it. That is all that stands between your Toronto Blue Jays and hoisting their third ever trophy. We are going to break down what transpired yesterday. Trey Savage with the LA Dodgers in a spin cycle, folks. We're going to talk about that performance. And then, of course, look ahead a little bit at what Game 6 and potentially Game 7 could look like. First things first, though. Last night, Trey Savage took the LA Dodgers, stuffed them in his back pocket, and embarrassed a lineup featuring guys getting paid hundreds of millions of dollars. And folks, let's not forget, this is somebody who's getting paid $57,000 this year.
I know, it's crazy. Like, he literally, I think he makes under the average of what salary you need to have to live in Toronto. Like, literally, like, it is actually unbelievable.
Gonna get a nice big payday, though, if they win the World Series.
Oh, yeah. The sponsors, everything's going to come his way. Trey Savage was absolutely phenomenal. He broke a record last night, ladies and gentlemen. Not only the rookie record for most strikeouts in a start in a World Series, but also the most strikeouts by a pitcher in a World Series with no walks. That's how damn good he was. He literally struck out every single Dodger last night. And again, I will say it time and time and time again, I expected zero from Trey Savage. Not because I didn't believe in him, but because he is a rookie. He's literally 22 years old. Like, I was just coming out of university at that age, bright-eyed and open to the world of COVID at that time. But this guy is right here dominating the Dodgers in Game 5 of the World Series. Your thoughts on him? Because I am just blown away by him day in, day out.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we already knew that his stuff could play, but the narrative has always been leading up to this point, well, can he do it now in this big moment? Because the moment just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and he is not blinked one single time. I can confidently say that that is the best start that he has ever had at the MLB level, and honestly, he's going to be hard-pressed to beat that, next year, because I assume he's not going to be able to pitch again this season, but that is a really good start, everybody. 12 Ks on an LA Dodgers lineup in LA, winning Game 5, putting the team on your back, out-dueling Blake Snell, who everybody was saying walking into this series is the best pitcher remaining in the postseason with what it is that he's done. And you just out-dueled that guy. So, yeah, what he did is just frankly masterful. And I have a fun short coming out very, very soon looking at just how much monetary difference there is between the LA Dodgers lineup and Trey Savage. And it's just ludicrous when you really boil it down that way. Yeah. I know he will be on a rookie contract next year and get paid like the $760,000 or whatever it is. But for right now, when he's getting paid $57,000, it makes for some really fun statistics.
Absolutely. Now, I want to finish off kind of talking about this game, and then we'll get into some deeper, grander things as well. I mean, obviously, right out of the gate, the Blue Jays were winning, and they never looked back. Like, literally, first pitch fastball, Blake Snell tried to ambush, because that was his whole thing his last start, is he wasn't able to establish the heater. He was wild with his command. What does he do for the first two pitches against Davis Schneider and Vladimir Guerrero Jr.? Throws them a heater, and what do with it? They know it's coming, hits it out of the ballpark, and then from that point on, it was like, you saw Blake Snell trying to make mid-game adjustments, throwing the breaking stuff, trying to get ahead that way, which he was.
And to his credit, he was actually pretty good with that.
But then you run into a problem. Okay, well, if they're on it now, do I go back to the heater? And he did manage himself all the way up until the 7th, where at that point he was having a quality start. And then things kind of fell off the table. Dave Roberts went to that bullpen. Enrique Hernandez, while he threw 100, he couldn't throw it in the strike zone, and that led to more runs, right?
Yeah, he yanked one, sent it to the Mary Brown sign, and then we just ran in and took one for free. And there was also that element, too, from the LA Dodgers, where Will Smith, I know that some of the pitches he was getting was not very good by Henrique, and then I believe it was Bonda that came in afterwards, and they were both kind of spiking shit in the dirt and crossing him up. So he had his work cut out for him, but he was also fumbling around, making mistakes back there. And I specifically remember, I think it was in the 7th inning, Barger gets himself at first. and then just literally moves around the entire bases. And
wild pitches, too.
Yeah, wild pitches. It was all wild pitches, and he scored for free. And it's like, that's crazy.
Thank you. Like that's where, you got the bullpen ERA, and we're looking at it all being like, wow, they're not that good, the Dodgers bullpen. But you're seeing the other side of things, like those are errors that they're committing as well, because they have no control.
100%, dude. And it's kind of started and sparked this narrative that we've started to think about right now, and a lot of people online as well. Are the Dodgers bad? Because the way that they're playing right now, they are not looking like a good baseball team. I know that they swept the ever-living crap out of the Milwaukee Brewers and did damage against them, but ever since entering into this series, they have not been the Goliath that everybody claimed that they were. Looking over at the offensive numbers, it is so skewed right now towards the Toronto Blue Jays. I know that everybody always talks about OPS and, all these other various expected numbers, but there's something to be said about just overall batting average. And right now, the Toronto Blue Jays are 60 points higher than the LA Dodgers when it comes to batting average. Well, how about that ERA? Because wasn't that going to be their big strength? Wasn't that what the LA Dodgers were going to be phenomenal at? Look at this. We are 1.5 earned runs on average better than the LA Dodgers, who are averaging 3.58 ERA right now as a team. This does not look like the scariest team in all of baseball. And I'm starting to wonder if, honestly, the greatest thing that happened to the Toronto Blue Jays was them shit-kicking the ever-living crap out of Milwaukee in 4 games and then resting for a whole week, because what is this lineup doing?
There might be an element of that rest coming into play, but also, like, whether it be or not be, like, this lineup does look absolutely brutal right now. Mookie Betts looks like a shell of a man. Dave Roberts came out and said it looks like he's pressing right now, and he absolutely is. Freddie Freeman's starting to show some age as well, and then even to go up in the lineup, Will Smith, and protect Ohtani, he looked bad as well. So, like, me looking at this team right now, it almost looks too easy.
Yes.
It literally looks too easy. Comparatively speaking, the Toronto Blue Jays, they look absolutely energized, phenomenal. Looking up and down that Blue Jays lineup, you got 3 guys with 1.1 OPSs, and then guys who don't have those OPSs over 1,000 are batting over 300. Ernie Clement, 318, and then Bo Bichette, 313. This is a team that we know, time and time, strings hits together. And I'm starting to actually think about the rest of the series right now. Yeah, we're up 3-2, but this is a night and day, 2 different teams, and it looks like a mismatch right now.
Yeah.
I know some people might be saying I'm getting ahead of myself, but we're looking at the numbers. Did you watch the last 2 games? I saw 2 games that Dodgers won that took Hall of Fame performances to get the job done. Ohtani getting on base 9 times and Yamamoto pitching 9 innings. If they don't get that, it's over for the Dodgers.
100%. The Toronto Blue Jays have looked like the superior team, and there are just all of the numbers right now to back that up. Is that the Dodgers looking bad? Is that the Toronto Blue Jays looking elite? Is it a little bit of both? I don't know. I actually don't really give a shit. I just want to win a World Series.
I'm tired of analyzing and talking and thinking. I just want to win a World Series for the first time in my life.
And ultimately, they have a very good chance of doing so, being up 3-2. The winner of Game 5, 6 out of the last 7 times, has gone on to win said World Series. You factor in that the Toronto Blue Jays are coming back home. You factor in the fact that, frankly, the numbers don't make this very close. I don't know what the last other 6 World Series were. I don't know if the numbers were a little tighter back then, but they sure as fuck don't look like it right now, right? They were actually only leading in this series 4 out of the 36 complete innings.
In games 3-5.
Think about that.
At home.
Yeah.
Where it was supposed to be home field advantage Dodgers. They had a very good home record, and they only led 11.1% of the time. This is commanding stuff by the Blue Jays.
That's what I mean. It's like, is this that's why I keep coming back to, like, is this actually, like, was this the Dodgers team that won the NL? And if so, then what's going on in the NL?
I know, and I'm gonna say, like, this definitely isn't the Dodger team that won in the NL. Like, yeah, maybe that rest did come as a factor, or maybe the fact that they had a little bit more pressure on them, because we brought this up yesterday. Who's got more pressure to win this World Series? Definitely the Dodgers. They're built for World Series. The Blue Jays, everyone thought was going to get like 78 wins this year. And here they are, just doing them, playing with zero pressure, having fun. Like, even after they lost game 2, you saw Davis Schneider going up and doing batting stance impersonations on MLB Network. It didn't matter. Vladdy was bumping music in the clubhouse after they lost 18 innings on game 3. It didn't freaking matter. This team is unbelievable when it comes to handling the pressure, and that's why I got so much damn confidence in them. It's not cockiness. People say it's cockiness. It's damn confidence.
Yeah,
what we're seeing.
Listen, we were cocky last night, but now that we've been able to sleep on it, that has turned itself into confidence. And I already know there's going to be people commenting down below, boys, it ain't over. It ain't over. And I do agree with that. I do agree with that. It is not over. We are just analyzing the series up until this point, and up until this point, Toronto has been the better team. They still have to continue to be the better team. We're going to talk about that following game soon. Before we do, quick update here from Arden Zwelling. George Springer, he ran on the field and hit velocity off of his pitching machine. He says this afternoon. That was yesterday afternoon, so that was in Dodger Stadium prior to game 5. It's going to be interesting to see whether or not George Springer comes in or starts in game 6. I was on the news this morning and I said I still feel like it's unlikely that they're going to start him, just ultimately because, I mean, you saw how good the lineup has been without him. Like, it's not like we're missing him right now. David Schneider hit a leadoff jack in yesterday's ball game. That being said, though, if he is fully healthy, he will be in there. If not, it's going to be a similar situation to just you're riding the pine, and then should we need you in a critical moment, that's when we're going to bring you in.
I got a feeling he probably will start game 6 because it is only 2 more games left. And buddy, like, listen, we're going to go to Cancun soon anyways. Win or lose, you're going to Cancun, and you're either celebrating or you're recovering or both, right? So I think he is going to start the game. I know the one guy that replaced him, like in the lineup technically, was IKF, and he was pretty much butt cheeks up until that final at-bat where he actually came through, and he even contributed to last night. So, I mean, I'd still take George Springer over him. He's been having a tough series up until that one at-bat. Even with a bum knee. He's got a bum knee, but even like a rough side. Like, if he can get his A swings off velocity, even a B swing off velocity, I'll take that definitely in the lineup.
Yeah, and that's just the stuff that we're not privy to. Like, I don't know how well he is swinging right now. Ultimately, though, I'm sure that he will find himself playing a role in some capacity moving forward. You will see George Springer swing a bat at least one time before this is all said and done, whether it be off of the bench or whether it be in a starting role. Now, looking ahead at game 6, this is why we were so worried about winning game 5, because I did not want to be in an elimination game up against Yoshinobu Yamamoto, who will be starting for the LA Dodgers in game 6. One of the only reasons why they even have some wins in this bloody series is because of that man right there. And truthfully, I have the utmost respect for the performance that he did in game 2. The fact that he was just continuously studying throughout the entire game in the dugout, picks up the garbage after the fact.
Wild.
Quite literally just an amazing baseball player and seems to be just the most humble human being. So I do have a lot of respect for Yoshinobu Yamamoto. And ultimately, even though this Jays offense has been cooking, if anyone is capable of silencing them, he did it a couple days ago. It's that guy.
Yeah, I mean, you think about the night before, they put up 11 on Blake Snell, and the bullpen. And then Yamamoto comes out and shuts him down for 1 run over 9 frames, right? So, like, for me, it's like I love how good this Blue Jays team has been. But like I said, their one X factor, or I guess their one of 2 X factors, has been Yamamoto, right? I think in this one, if I'm going to predict it, I'm going to say we go to a game 7 and we lose this one. It's going to be a pretty tight damn ball game, because I do believe in the other side of things, I think Gosman's going to shred this lineup. Look how terrible they've been. And I don't know if one more day of rest or traveling over to Toronto is going to fix that. Mookie is searching for answers. And again, like I said, Freddie looks a little bit sluggish at the plate. You got to avoid one guy, which is, Mr. Shohei Ohtani. And credit, Teo's been pretty decent, but they've been a lot of lucky bouncers that are just getting through for hits. For me, I think it's going to be very tight. We're going to lose this one something like 2-1 or something like that. But then game 7, I think, is where we go and we win.
So I really want to stick with my, I want to say initial prediction. It wasn't quite an initial prediction because both Adam and I, secondary initial prediction. I want to stick with my initial prediction of Jays winning in 7, because ultimately, like, a game 7 win just has a little bit more more sex appeal than a game 6 win. You know what I mean? There's something special to a game 7, and I would love to see that for the city of Toronto. That being said, though, I just don't know if this Dodgers lineup has it in them right now. Seriously, I think Yamamoto is going to limit the Toronto Blue Jays, and I think it might be a 2-1 game. It just might be a 2-1 game for the Jays. You know what I mean? Like
1-0 victory. Can you imagine that? Oh my God.
It might genuinely be, dude. I just don't have any faith right now.
Knock on wood.
In that Dodgers offense. They have not looked good. I hope I'm not poking the bear by saying this, but yeah, like Mookie isn't there, and Freddie is kind of slow, and Teo's hits have been really lucky, and the only guy who I truly am scared of is Shohei Ohtani at the top of that lineup. So, I mean, we're going to learn pretty early on in that ball game whether or not it's going to be an uphill battle. If you see Kevin Gausman come out immediately and just start carving them up, I think it's over.
And
right? The pressure's on them right now. They got to figure this shit out.
And the Blue Jays offense, they got to get to Yamamoto in the first couple innings. They were really threatening the first 3 innings against them last Saturday. In game 2 against Yamamoto, and then he quieted it down and he shut him down the rest of the way, as we all know, right? So we got to be able to scratch and claw and get honestly 3 or 4, and I think that gets the job done.
Yes, and even if we are to lose tomorrow, even if that does happen, both Adam and I will still be very confident, unless, of course, like Vladdy goes down with an injury or unforeseen something, right? But we will be very confident in honestly the Jays pulling this one out. That's not me, jinxing them in any capacity. Knock on all the wood. Nothing's guaranteed. But as it stands right now, there are no numbers to back up the LA Dodgers winning this World Series, and there is every reason in the world to believe that Toronto has this in them.
Don't fool yourselves. Don't try to be humble. Don't look at the numbers we just said.
You can be humble.
You can be humble, sure.
Being humble, I mean, you still got to be realistic.
Don't be ignorant. How about that?
Yeah.
Don't be ignorant. This is a much better team. The Blue Jays are a much better team than the LA Dodgers. And if the Dodgers somehow win and they win the next 2, hats off, because you did not play good.
You found a way. The rabbit out of the hat if you did that.
Hats off. This is the Blue Jays World Series to lose. 100,000%. So Blue Jays, you know what you got to do.
Yeah.
Get it done and bring the championship north of the border.
Exactly. Take care of business, gentlemen. Folks, if you haven't already done so, hit that like, smash that subscribe button. Please hit that hype button too if you have the option to do so. $4 a month to become a YouTube membership. And thank you to all of our current YouTube members. You guys are amazing. Also, too, thank you to everybody that has liked, subscribed, joined our streams. This has been an incredible month for Blue Jays today. Also, I mean, the Jays as a whole, but we've been going crazy. The community is electric right now, and we do appreciate every single one of you guys.
Yeah, guys, make sure to come to our live stream later on Friday if you're watching. Guys, we want to see you there. Let's be loud. Let's be proud. Let's go Blue Jays, guys. And as always, go Jays, go!